Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today we have for you a very special episode of The Living World of Darkness for the Changeling venue. Today's episode, um, Sir Romulus Secundus, now Marshal Romulus Secundus, has begun a weird practice. He is opening his doors of his office in Homefires for all citizens of the Kingdom of Apples to speak with him on legal matters concerning the kingdom and its citizens. He is currently sitting inside of his office, having spread the word through a couple of his magisters, and he is waiting.
I think Kagamo will enter his office first. Kagamo comes in. He is definitely excited about Richard's new position, and he was instructed that he was going to meet some other people here. So he knocks on the door politely first and kind of peeks his head in. Hey.
Timmy
Now,
reaches around Kagoma and does the same.
when Timmy...
Xander's already there.
Valera sticks his head in, like, on top of Kagoma's shoulders and, like, waves enthusiastically.
Sam will actually do the same and wave.
So,
I have,
To people.
I have a whole bunch of heads poking in at the same time. Everybody that is looking in, to everyone who has been inside of Marshal Octavia's office, notices a marked change. Where everything was sort of an ordered chaos within Marshal Octavia's office, within Marshal Romulus's, it's almost the opposite. Everything seems to have a place. There is nothing out of place. There is clean. There is no paper anywhere other than on his desk. There are a few changes as well. The air of the room is very straightforward. And on the top, on the almost behind his desk on the wall, there's a simple plaque. And on that plaque reads the Latin phrase "Servire et tuere." Anybody that knows their Latin will know that this phrase means to serve and protect.
I'm just real quick, Rob. I'm going to roll linguistics and intelligence ahead of time because I'm going to see that and I have that skill.
Okay.
Kind of what Kagoma would have expected. Very functional, very Spartan. You kind of would expect a little picture on the desk. Is there a picture, maybe?
There isn't a picture on the desk, but once you go in, you will see on an armor stand, you will see Richard's she plate, which was gifted to him by Count Valerius. On his she plate is a very special cloak, a half cloak. It is crimson red on one side and copper on the other.
Okay. Alright, so one of the bobbling heads walks into the room, has a seat.
There are a whole bunch of seats there.
The big blue guy will look around for his tuna.
This is definitely looking up. This looks very posh. This is very nice.
Valerius kind of places his back against the wall, kind of whistles loudly. Look at the baby. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm out of turn. Don't send me to jail. Marshal Romulus.
Well met, Marshal Romulus.
Timmy kind of raises a hand and steps forward.
Yes, Timmy?
I need to talk to you. Like, it's important. I think I need your clarification on something.
I'm somewhat here on the same about the same thing, but I think I just may have fucked up more than and I didn't realize I did it.
Timmy grits
He would
his
have raised
teeth,
his hand as well.
turns his head, and gives Lex a look.
Romulus is going to look Timmy to the new Puka, and his eyes are going to narrow a little bit. I don't think we've met.
Lex Dreamfang. Servant of, let me get this right. Servant of House Gwydion, not knight.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway.
Just as an out of character suggestion, guys, why don't we let Rob sort of direct who. It's sort of like the speaking stick idea. That way everyone can have a turn and not talk over one another.
Right when he introduced himself, he real quickly went silent.
Okay. Does anybody mind if Timmy goes first?
Sam shakes his head.
Go ahead.
Okay, so there was an issue at a park earlier, and
You notice that Romulus starts writing notes almost immediately.
That's fine. Timmy's like,
Is this park in the Grey World?
yeah.
What park was this?
He'll give you the name of the park. I, out of character, don't remember the name of the park. It was not Central Park. It was some other park.
Okay.
So there was a werewolf who had been enchanted, was raving about the horses. Save the horses in this carousel. So
There was a werewolf who was enchanted.
Yes.
What was his werewolf's name?
Brian O'Malley.
Brian O'Malley. Okay.
So So anyways, basically I was trying to calm the situation because I was gonna cut the horses free so he could at least take them with him and get the hell away from civilization. So two other werewolves decided to come over and investigate, and people cleared out. I'm going to throw that here right now. There were no dreamers nearby when the rest of this went down. So, I'm trying to talk reason. They all got to arguing. The arguing escalated. People started hitting people. I immediately took out the lightning gun, called upon the weird, and fired it into the sky to get everyone's attention.
Goma sharply intakes a breath, but he says nothing else.
Valerius looks immediately irritated but doesn't say anything.
Xander just grits his teeth because he knows something is not right.
You understand that werewolves, even though they're not dreamers, they are prodigals.
Yeah.
Do you understand that prodigals they garner a certain amount of protection?
Yeah, I've had a long day. And he's shaking his head when he's saying this, almost as if, he's choosing his words and nodding to himself in agreement that these are the proper words he should be saying. I've had a very long day of revelations, shall we say. And I do apologize because this is why I'm coming to you. I'm going, hey, I think I might have fucked up. Can you help me? Can you not so much help me, but tell me I outright didn't fuck up bad enough to be murdered or banished or something crazy like that.
Is there any reason why we believe the mists shouldn't take care of their memories?
Valerius kind of raises his hand, like, I do.
What are they?
Being that, the individual known as Callie Krykos came to me and gave me an account of what happened, and, she told me she was taking notes. So, as Valerius rolls his eyes,
Timmy furrows a brow, looks at Valerius, looks back at Richard, and kind of just folds his fingers into one another. By the way, Timmy is wearing House Illuminated Bannerment. So, that being said.
Okay.
Also, it should be noted that it's rather curious that they knew when I spoke to Callie. Callie told me that you explained the difference between Kithain and Anunnahai.
No. What? Okay. And Timmy holds up his hands. Actually, out of character, you were there by the time the term Nunnahai came up, and I used the term Kithain. So, he holds his hands up, looks at Romulus. Okay, so here's the deal. One of these things comes up, just gets right in my face, and he moves to literally an inch from his face, and is looking him over. And he steps back and goes, and looks me dead in the eye and goes, "You're Nunahay." And I'm like, "What? No." And for the simple fact of trying to protect everything and confuse the shit out of this thing at this point, I'm like, "No, I'm Kithain. They're like the Native American cousins." It's a word that he had no reference to. Now, I'll say this. This Callie bitch then turns and goes, "Oh, it's a fae." So,
as Valerius just hands over his phone, here, look, I'm not making it up.
Okay. No, I understand. And what does the phone say?
They're basically the same message I gave to you previously with all the things that Callie's saying about Kithain, prodigals, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Did you get all of this information from Timmy?
I got this from Callie.
And I'm asking, did this Callie get all this information from Timmy?
According to her.
Lex just gets wide-eyed.
Timmy kind of shakes his head and rubs his hands together.
Sam's just biting his lower lip, just thinking.
Timmy's face actually gets a look of utter disgust on it. Okay.
Timmy?
Yeah. Yes, sir. He corrects himself and kind of closes his eyes and nods.
That look. Why?
He looks him dead in the eye and nods. Do you believe that I would ever put everything that we stand for in such a blatant state of disregard? If so, I'll give you the weapon so that you can destroy me yourself. I will happily submit to it.
Something...
I'm not going to destroy you. Are you being fostered?
No, however, he kind of looks down and points to the bannerman. I'm starting to do a thing.
By a thing, do you mean some sort of mentoring, an apprenticeship?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm getting mentoring and I'm becoming a squire.
By whom?
William. Sir William. Sir William. Sir William.
Sir William.
I went to him for advice. He suggested I come to you directly.
Fair enough.
I should also probably note that in doing all of this, I don't just go out and speak to prodigals all willy-nilly like this bullshit, would appear without knowing the prior. I was attempting to correct a fuck-up that was not of my own, and apparently made a fuck-up of my own. So,
If
you
no
are a citizen of Goblin Town, are you not?
yes.
Has anybody here heard the recent State of the Union address?
Yeah.
Yes.
In light of that, I cannot wholly decide what to do with you.
He looks at Richard, like his eyes square with his. I was trying to fix a problem, not create another.
Lex just raises his hand
Good
off.
Good intentions often pave the path to hell.
He looks Richard in the eye again at this after looking down, looks back in the eye. We should all fear evil. But there's one thing that we should fear above most, and that is the indifference of good men.
If no one minds, can Sam attempt to do a general perception empathy on this whole thing as he's been sitting there listening to everything?
Go ahead.
I'm cool with it.
Okay.
Do you want to roll dice? Roll dice.
Unless you guys want to give it to me, but Sam's been paying very close attention to everything. So do people want me to roll dice, or?
I mean, I'm cool with just giving it to you. Rob?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm just asking, do you want to give it to me? Or?
Find out.
Okay, alright. Spending a willpower point, because there's...
No, Marcus, what is Sam trying to find out through his roll?
He is trying to get a general sense of everyone in the room. He's trying to figure out if anyone's not telling the full story, or if something's being hidden. He's essentially trying to live up to the oath of clasped hands that he has. So if there's something that isn't being told accurately, he finds out, he would naturally want to say something.
Of course.
Yeah, no, Timmy's like telling, as far as Timmy's concerned, Timmy is telling the truth to the best of his ability.
So, spending a willpower point.
Lex looks nervous and straight out scared due to all the things that happened.
Marcus, as a heads up, Timmy's emotional state, I mean, he's not... You ever seen somebody who just accepts their burden and goes, look, if this is my thing, this is my thing. I'll do it.
So in total, though, for everyone's knowledge, that's 3 successes with the willpower.
Okay.
So
All Lex will probably do is you'll notice Lex is scared and nervous, but he's basically have his hand raised, waiting to be acknowledged.
And Romulus will look. I promise I will get to you. Timmy.
Yeah.
if it's of any
I
help,
want you to contact Sir William.
Okay.
If you are on the road to being claimed or are claiming membership of House Ilunid, I will need to speak to William.
Okay.
I will also be going to Goblin Town. And I will be bringing this situation to Brant's attention.
Okay.
If it is of any help, my Lord Marshal, I sense no deception from him at all.
I don't necessarily think Timmy would know me. At least I hope. No. And Romulus is going to look over at Wolf Puka. Lex, you look as though you have something to get off your chest.
He is claimed as a servant of House Gwydion, but he's not squired as of yet, and he's only a few months old and with no mentor. I just want to state that.
That's okay.
That's only because Richard will probably see that with his records. He will lower his hand and start recounting the story, starting with the events of last night, leading up to the events with the werewolves and Vale Bacchus. I just want to make this clear. I wasn't meaning anything by what me enchanting the prodigal. I was in the moment. We were having fun. I thought he would be receptacle of this, and it just blew up from there. I literally I've really just been going off of hearsay because I don't really have an established mentor. But tonight's events
Hold on.
I was not. I'm not. As far as the event that you may be hearing. Yes.
Thank you.
Timmy raises his hand.
1 second.
He nods and puts his hand down.
What you were telling me is you were the reason that Timmy here was in his situation. Is that true?
Yes. Only just stating that I was acting off of instinct, and it was in the moment. I didn't mean nothing by it. I didn't even know it would have led to that moment. It was just a big learning experience for me way too quickly.
Ignorance does
And
not excuse lack of common sense.
I understand that. I had a character who really doesn't have common sense as a merit on this character sheet.
I understand.
Sam is just going to add very respectfully. He's only 2 months old, my lord.
I'm not going to do this again. Again, if that helps any, and if
I would hope so.
Out of character, he is a puka, and they're just so cute.
Yeah.
oh, he's just so furry and cuddly.
Swat him on his nose. Come on, dude.
Lex, you are not a citizen of Goblin Town. You are wholly a citizen of the Kingdom of Apples.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this again ever.
I don't think that was the question that he posed to you.
I think he said, did you intentionally...
No, I said what to do with you.
Could you say that again? You cut out.
I'm trying to figure out what to do with you. I know.
He just waits and is just quiet.
You have 1 week to find a mentor, to find somebody to foster you, to find somebody to teach you.
Alright.
If you do not, I will assign you directly under one of my magisters.
That's understandable.
Additionally, for 1 month and a day, you will help clean Homefires.
Yes, sir.
Good. At least we have that settled.
I have another thing. I was texted earlier tonight by a prospective Grey World employer.
Timmy actually perks up at that and looks at him. Like, not a look of I'm pissed, but a look of oh shit.
He texted me. He shows you the phone, text message with this. I was only acting out of a protective instinct because I've been considering him to bring him in as a dreamer.
Who in?
He told me to meet up at Cafe Amarita tonight. And a few minutes, something was exchanged hands. He said, I heard him whisper, I'm not going to accept it at this time. I'm going to keep my retainer. Then, out of nowhere, I sensed a huge supernatural energy coming from the park, and out came, I believe his name is Travis Moran.
Mm-hmm.
If you may need to talk to him because I'm unsure if I did anything hinky. I apologize if he.
What was this person asking for?
He was. This person was asking for me to hang with him until this transaction was done, I guess.
What transaction was that?
I do not know. All I saw was a check. He wrote a check out to this one gunsmith, and by this time Travis came out of the park.
Right. You saw him write this check?
Do what?
You saw him write this check? Do you know what it was for?
I saw him write it out. I looked at it. I recognized what a check looks like from a distance.
Right. Do you know what it was for?
No, I do not.
What
I'll
about
assume-
this made you think it was hinky?
I'll assume at this time that Finn walks in and he'll be seeing a conversation going on, will politely nod and shuffle to the back.
Timmy actually waves to Finn to come forward.
The reason
And
why I
step
think
forward.
the reason why I think it was hinky was Travis told me to come into if I didn't want any more trouble, I was to come here and talk to you directly to you, sir.
Also with him, Des kind of shuffles in behind.
Timmy looks at Richard.
I was told I was needed here. Is there something?
This isn't really needed, but
Timmy raises his hand quickly.
yes, Timmy.
Finn was there the entire time he was there, by the way.
So we're talking about
Finn is a witness.
werewolf incident. Got it.
Oh,
All I was doing was acting out of protection for a prospective dreamer. I have no knowledge of anything kinky until Mr. Moran came out and he told me to come talk to you.
okay. Well, if you think it was hinky,
Just from what he said and the way he said it, I'm assuming it involved them, and he probably thought I was more involved than I was.
all right. I will talk to Travis. And if need be, you will be there with me. Am I clear?
We're good.
Okay.
And I'm currently, hopefully, trying to get a hold of the said prodigal so I can speak with him and take care of the initial problem at the source, and including what you had tasked me to do.
Timmy rolls his eyes and raises his hand again.
It would seem that as far as that prodigal is concerned, that him and his kind are dealing with that situation, and that he is occupied for the next 24 hours, it would seem.
Timmy nods and gestures towards Finn.
I'm getting to that. It would be best if you distance yourself from that particular prodigal.
On that note, I also don't know if Timmy has given you, and he'll pull out his phone and pull up some numbers. It's like they gave us some contact information should something come up in future. Hopefully it won't be necessary, but I figured that you would want to be have those as well.
Out of character, I didn't, but I have a question. How is anyone pulling out their phone here? We're in the dreaming.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pull out my phone and give him all the contact information for Heinrich. And
then we'll redline that and say he'll get those numbers to you at a later date.
Cool. Okay. Now, if everyone else doesn't mind, seeing as Finn is here, and Finn, are you accepting Timmy's claim that you are indeed a witness to his actions with the prodigals at the park?
Yeah, I was there. I was the first that arrived to find him at the carousel.
What happened?
Verbatim. I arrived. I had spent the better part of the morning trying to find him because I wasn't sure if he made his way back home, and I wanted to check up on that after having heard from both Lex and company about the incident. After spending several hours, I happened upon him on the carousel by luck. There was no one else there at the time, and he was currently seeing the dreaming, so he was trying to rescue the horses from the carousel. It was about that time when Timmy showed up, and then some of his werewolf associates showed up. There was a bit of a confrontation, mostly stemming from the fact that the werewolf would not leave the carousel until the horses were freed. There was more infighting among them than there was anything particularly directed at us. There was a bit of a scuffle, if I recall, but once some of their, I would assume, more senior members of their party arrived, contact information was exchanged, and things were mostly settled. I wouldn't say on the best of terms, but given the situation, it was more of a hurried, let's get this over with so that no one finds out what's going on here, and we parted ways at that.
There is something that I can add to this as well.
What's that, Sam?
I later met Mr. Squire Finn and good Master Dreamfang, as well as Nix at Club Crush this evening. I believe I may have laid eyes on the prodigal in question. I'm not certain. I didn't actually speak to him, but apparently a measure of punishment was meted out by Nix.
Indeed.
Well, be that as it may, my punishment still stands.
Oh no, that's fine.
If I may ask, since I wasn't here prior, what was that?
I have commanded Lex to find a mentor within a week. If he does not do so, I will assign him directly under one of my magistrates.
Seems fair enough.
For the next month and a day, as well. He will be helping to clean Homefires.
Timmy looks at Richard and raises his hand.
Yes, Timmy.
So, where does this leave me?
This leaves you something I do want you to do.
Okay.
Until I talk to Bront, I do not want you associating with prodigals.
Timmy actually gets an almost like... Have you ever seen somebody that went through some trauma and then you mention the one thing and they just snap, like shit snap laughing? Timmy sits the fuck down and just starts maniacally laughing and actually rocking and looks at him and goes, I want nothing to do with goddamn prodigals for the rest of my fucking life. The club and the vampires and the werewolves and the fucking dreamers can all rot in that goddamn hellhole.
Sam is going
breathe.
to look at Romulus
Wow.
for a moment just to ensure him that he's not trying to step on anything he's trying to do. But Sam's gonna go over to Timmy, go down on one knee, and very gently wrap his arms around him.
He looks at Sam and says, I don't want a goddamn thing to do with the fucking prodigals, okay? I'm done with prodigals. No, the Matrix is bad. I was right to begin with.
It's okay.
Just breathe.
You mentioned vampires.
Yeah, blood-sucking creatures of the night. You know, they get inside your head. They worm their fucking words in there.
Timmy,
What?
I don't want to make you calm down.
What?
Blaine, where did you run into vampires?
I went to this club. It was standard. It was a nightclub. It was I was going in to get a fucking drink, okay? And I went to this nightclub, and this guy that looked like fucking Stifler goes up, gets on stage, and fucking says some shit, and next thing I know, I'm fucking bending at a goddamn knee as well as this crowd of fucking mortals, fucking dreamers. There's an entire pack of werewolves that show up, start fucking fighting, and the dude turns out to be a vampire. There's other vampires. There's fucking... It was a clusterfuck, okay?
Timmy,
Yeah?
I want you to stay in the dreaming until I talk to Braun.
I don't... No, wait. And he looks up at him, and his eyes widen. I have an actual job out there. Hold on. I
Call in sick.
Okay.
On the note of finding him a mentor, among us here, there's already a squire who's a puka. I think that would possibly do him well.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
So, stay out of the gray world. Stay in the dreaming. Gotcha. I can do that.
And Romulus is going to look up. Do you have something to add, Count Valerius?
It's not exactly wise for him to stay in the dreaming, as if he'll go insane. He needs to go out into the gray world to maintain his sanity.
If I might make an offer.
I want to ensure that he does not have another episode like this.
Well, then just tell him to just... I don't know, and quite frankly, this whole situation is silly, but just tell him, I guess, to go stay in his freehold and just leave to get food and supplies and go home, I guess.
If if I might make an offer,
What is it, Sam?
I can sort of help him in regards to escorting him for a while, and then whenever I'm called in to serve, I can ask if Dizzy can take over for me. This way, he'll always have someone around him to help him until the issue is solved.
Seems like a good idea.
And so I have your consent then?
Yes.
Very good, Lord Marshal.
All right. Does anybody have anything else?
Before I clear my dice stream, though, the initial 3 successes from earlier, do I get anything off of Val?
Hilarious. He believes that Romulus is being too soft on him, and he's a little irritated.
No, it's more about the stuff on the cell phone, the werewolves, anything like that.
What exactly are you looking for?
Okay.
He answered your question. He thinks Valerius seems to think that Romulus is being too soft on Timmy.
But he hasn't outwardly said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If this is concluding, the only thing I'd have to add is that we all should be careful. It seems that the werewolves are quite quick to anger, and that one should be very careful as to who they know that they are enchanting before they do such.
Agreed.
We don't know who else is in this city, or what other particles or whatever, or how they're going to react, and that should be made clear and plain to everyone here.
Wow. Does anyone have anything else?
Sam will sort of look to Valerius, and he'll just say very politely, I am here at his lordship's request. There's something that he wished to discuss with you. With us.
Valerius will look up and he says, that's a private matter, and I don't necessarily trust everyone in this room at present. So.
Fair enough. If no one else has anything else to bring up, I would like to speak with Valerius, Count Valerius, Sir Alexander, and Sir Kagoma.
Timmy at that depths. Declaring fair escape.
Fair escape!
Yes, I am fair escaping this shit before she gets really bad.
Finn will say very well and take his leave.
Cool. Sean, if you want to set up another scene. Oh, he bailed. Okay.
Hearing that his name wasn't mentioned, Sam will stand.
Can I finish my statement, please?
Okay.
It was something to discuss between myself, Sir Sam, and Kagoma, which is what is why originally I was here. I didn't expect to see so many people.
Fair enough. So, Sam, please stay.
Sam will sit down again.
He'll look to Xander. You can stay if you want.
Well, yeah, he told me to stay, so.
Somebody close the door, please.
Sam will get up and do so. And he'll sit back down again.
The door is closed.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Valerius will,
One moment, please. Okay. I'm awake.
are you okay? Is the first question that escapes his mouth. Like,
Am I okay?
yes. Are you okay?
This is very new territory to me. Look.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you agree with what I did concerning Timmy, but it makes me nervous. With him
That's
being...
putting it lightly.
Hold on. It makes me nervous because he's a citizen of Goblin Town. And Goblin Town is now a sovereign protectorate of the Kingdom of Apples. They have their own government. I do not necessarily know if my power reaches into that.
If I might offer a suggestion, you could perhaps seek a private audience with Morwen and discuss the matter, and
I'm going
also
to speak with Bront.
I believe that's a good thing to do. As Valerius nods.
I'm going to figure out where the government of Goblin Town says my power ends, where they are concerned. And I'm going to bring this situation up to him completely.
I would very much agree with that. I would also suggest, if I may, that you get your extensions and limits formally ratified by the Parliament of Dreams. This way, it will be a very clear mandate, and there should be less confusion that way.
That might be a little dangerous, Sam.
How so?
I was not put in this position by Morwen or the Queen. I was put in this position by the Dreaming.
But you were formally ratified by Morwen, and by extension the Queen.
I was recognized by Morwen.
I believe and also agree with Sir Richard. If he relies on Morwen too much, it might be seen. Morwen might see this as an abuse of power. She might seek to abuse it.
I do not want her defining what I can and cannot do with this position.
Why not seek an audience with Queen Mab herself?
That's also something politically suicidal.
That would be saying openly, I did not trust a
You
member
didn't trust
of my own
Morrowind,
house.
so you overstepped your bounds and you went directly to Queen Mab,
It would be like,
going to your boss's boss.
yep.
It doesn't make sense that there wouldn't be someone that you could reach out to as a colleague. Wait a moment. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what the term is. Is the vice marshal still at his post? Could you ask him for advice?
I plan to.
Okay, well that's a plan. That's a good thing.
What was the issue you needed to bring up?
That's hilarious looks and says, well, I wanted this to be a light and fluffy conversation, honestly, but shit got hella serious real quick, so.
Yep. How did the exposition go, by the way?
The what?
Expedition.
Oh.
Sam,
can we not talk about something slightly less traumatic?
Sam sort of bites his lower lip. Oh, I didn't get a chance to describe this to you. Sam has shaved off his Santa Claus beard and has 4 scars on his cheeks, 2 on each side.
Oh, that's right. They didn't tell you what now. It was hilarious. This kind of Countess Isolde is dead.
As a direct result?
Yes. We went on a voyage and things went to hell in a handbag. And House Iluna currently, right now, as it was said in court, are trying to keep things quiet.
They are trying to keep things quiet, so they're not trying to bite you in the ass.
No, I think they're too scared to lose too much at this point. It'll be far too easy for me to crucify the whole house.
I understand you can crucify the whole house, but what I can understand.
There's a lot of, as Valerius looks at you, there's a lot of individuals still quite angry with House Iluna, and I don't plan on necessarily doing anything rash. But as it stands right now, I plan on...
So you don't think that they'll bring any legal action against you?
Well, let me explain the situation. We were going on a voyage to the Deep Dreaming, and Countess Isolde was leading the expedition. Myself, Sir Alexander, and Sir Kagoma were with me, as well as Sir Sam. We were, and a few other,
Estrella and Timmy,
and a few other individuals.
Okay.
We were headed towards a destination. Well, myself and Estrella were going to follow some leads about something we found out.
Okay.
And before we got there, it turns out that we were transported to a madness realm. And in this madness realm, there were particularly atrocities that happened, and a lot of individuals, including myself, were very badly injured.
Okay.
It turns out that a few red caps had ambushed us, and the only one who did not make it out in one piece was Countess Isolde.
He uses the term One Piece very loosely.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep this as less graphic as possible and just keep to the details.
That's fine.
From what I can tell, I believe that Count Dono, as he said in court today, is speaking on behalf of the House, and he is currently running damage control.
Okay.
For your notes, Nyx was there as well.
So long as you all are okay now.
Well,
Or are on the way to getting there.
Sam bites his lower lip.
Sam?
I wish I could have done more.
Sam, you did a lot more than you
You can't do that. Don't do that. Don't start doing that. That is taking the first steps down a very painful road.
Oh, be assured that my oaths are sustaining me, but even with my oaken shield, it wasn't enough to give us enough time to save her.
No, but with your open shield, you saved us. You saved all the rest of us.
That is at least a very big blessing. And so I wear these scars for her. And he points to the 4 scars.
Okay.
There's a note of
Start
pride
planning. Survivor's Guild is not. It isn't your fault for living through it. It's never.
There's a note of pride when he mentions why he has the scars. I can only hope that the next time I'll have something more to bring to bear. I will not allow those who are sacred to me to suffer such fates again.
Yeah. A favor. Stop with this, my lord stuff. If you need to refer to me as anything other than Sir Romulus, call me Marshal.
We were in public.
And you are still technically the same rank as me.
The Marshal thing kind of shoves you up another peg. So
well, properly, his title is Marshal.
Please. No, my lord stuff.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, can we get to the good conversation now?
I wanted to, but you kind of kept asking all of the wrong questions. So
Stop poking him. It's his job to ask these things.
Yeah, that's a Debbie Downer, though.
Okay. So let's take a step back. My office hours are over for the time being. Even though we are currently in my office, this is now just a conversation between us.
All right, Richard. Sam says, smiling.
Valerius adjusts his hipster glasses and looks at him. Right.
Okay. First off, I just want to know, how do you think I dealt with Lex well?
It doesn't matter
As
what we
Valerius
think.
just whistles.
It doesn't matter what we think. You did what you thought was best.
Sam is right.
But I'm
I
asking.
have my opinion. I think we're far too soft on both of them.
On the other hand, I for one felt you handled things very appropriately, and you can always adjust things as the evidence presents itself.
That's kind of double jeopardy.
I can't re-sentence it.
No, no, but you can take that into consideration if something should come up again.
Next time, basically.
Yes.
Fair enough.
The reason I say that you were too soft on them is essentially, I know it's hard learning and trying to find your way in this world, and I understand that. On the other hand, just because you don't know something doesn't necessarily make you innocent.
My Lord Valerius, I wonder if I could ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
And I will take this as a learning opportunity as well. Would you have done, for example, would you have sentenced them to a chimerical death?
That's overkill.
Yeah.
What would you have done?
What I have done would have... When you punish someone, they have to learn something from it. It's like you don't point your finger at somebody and say you did something wrong, like, now this is your punishment. You don't learn anything from that. He doesn't exactly know what he did wrong. You saw it in his confusion. So probably what would have been more apt, in my opinion, was maybe assign someone more knowledgeable to sit down with him and explain why we have a right of ignorance, why we keep secrets.
Well,
He's for Lex.
I'm technically doing that.
That's exactly what he did.
I'm giving him a week to find his own mentor, and if he does not, I'm assigning one to him.
One of the Justicars.
Magistrate.
Sorry. Solely an out of character slip up.
No worries.
One of the magistrates.
What I mean, if I can finish my statement, is that the taking your hands, like, essentially, I guess I just don't like the situation, I guess is what sticks into my craw.
I don't like you either.
I don't, and I kind of have a swift reaction to bullshit, and that just seems like a lot of bullshit to me. Just pointing that out.
What I want to do is I want to stop the possibilities of another Puka incident, much like one that we had to deal with not so long ago.
I'm partial to that situation, which is why I didn't say much.
Exactly. Richard, I think you should definitely trust yourself. I think you know what's right and what's wrong. You know justice when you see it. You know it at your core. You have to trust yourself, but also you can't be the marshmallow marshal. And it's easier, I think, to be a hard ass and throttle back as opposed to be like a soft ass and get hard all of a sudden.
This is true. This is very true.
From a purely public relations perspective.
Okay.
What I might suggest is utilize your deputy and use him as a way to mirror yourself.
I don't have a deputy yet.
I thought you said that your deputy was still maintaining his post, and that you were gonna talk
Not
to him.
technically a deputy. He's the vice marshal. I still have to talk with him.
Oh, okay. Well, utilize the vice marshal. You can learn from his experience and mirror your approach through him.
Thank you.
But all in all, I think you did a good job.
Yeah, trust yourself. You'll do well.
Same.
You have to remember this was ordained by the dream in itself, so it'd be very embarrassing if this was all a mistake.
Yeah.
I would find it completely hilarious. Not even gonna lie.
Yeah, somebody totally read those signs.
All right. I will be right back.
Okay.
So, Kagoma, I have a question for you.
Yes.
I already asked this question of Xander, and he gave me his answer and opinion. I'm posing the same question to you because this is important to me. Do you consider me to be pure of heart? Based on your definition, there is no right or wrong answer. Do not use my title to influence your decisions. I'm coming to you as a friend.
I don't think I did.
Well,
and I really can't tell you why I'm answering this. I can't give you more details because I have to keep it a secret.
Okay.
For now.
Well, I definitely understand that, but Ishi, we consider pure of heart to be something different than what other Kasifs consider it to be. Because we have both night and day in our souls. It's part of our beings. It's been part of our legends since we were made by the god of the sky. So that internal compass like resonates us and gives us direction throughout our lives. So our courses, I think, are more steady than other gifts.
Okay.
So I think it's unfair for me to measure you by Ishu standards. You're a she.
But that's precisely. Just give me a damn answer, Kagoma.
Don't you love how diplomatically correct he is, though?
Yes, he
At all times.
At all.
Xander's laughing his ass off, by the way.
Turn that shit on at a drop of the dime. I'll be here all day, ladies and gentlemen.
And he
And then he just kind of looks at Xander. It's just like, you think I asked him something inappropriate? Like, shit. What?
Yeah, he looks at you like, yeah, I deal with this every day.
Like, you know, like, answer the question. It's not hard. I believe in you.
I believe in you, but like even by like Ishu standards, I'm not pure of heart.
Something about you.
Thank you, Xander.
I think I may have a way around this. If I might offer a suggestion. Sam smiles at Kagoma.
Yeah.
Would you please regale us, oh gracious bard, as to what as to what the issue standards of the pure of heart is.
Hell no. And don't call me a bard again.
Storyteller?
So please, just as a friend, I need an honest opinion.
Oh, I wish I could say yes, but I can't. No, I don't.
Alright, fine. If you truly believe you cannot give me an impartial answer, then fine.
I think his answer was no.
I mean, he could have just said no. He wasn't gonna hurt my feelings. Like,
No, I think that's what he said. I think his answer was no.
It was exactly no. It's a disappointing answer. You could tell he's like, you know, I'm kind of rooting for you, but you're not there yet. Yeah. maybe sometime soon.
Maybe sometime in the next life, maybe. We can always try again.
Wow.
Now those were not my words. That was mean.
Well, we already had this conversation, so.
Yeah, we also had a conversation on what not to call women either.
Yeah, but he asked me for my honest opinion, so he should ask.
no, this is why me and Xander are friends. It's because I could actually ask him a question, like, and he'll give me an answer. Like, am I being an
Xander's not an
yes
issue.
or no?
Xander's not an issue.
You can't blame your friends for wanting to be empathetic to your feelings, Valerius. A good friend.
This is why I have friends. Like,
a good friend will always
You're
give you
welcome.
an answer, but I feel that a good friend would always be cognizant of your feelings at the same time.
Oh, I was very cognizant of his feelings while I was telling him no to his face.
On a personal note, I kind of agree with.
Kagoma leans in at this.
If I fuck up, I want you guys to tell me I fuck up.
Ah!
thank you. Like, why is this such a hard concept?
Whoa! That's not a personal note. That's a professional note. I thought he was going to say something about Valencia.
Why are you being...
Well, then I will tell you, if you fuck up on either, I will be the first to let you know.
And you can count on me to wrap my knuckles on your head if you do something that I deem stupid.
Yes, Captain.
And of course, this still means that I love you, but I will still give you a goose egg. As long as we're clear on that. Also, I'm saying this in advance. You asked for it, and I can give a goose egg. So yeah.
Alright, Sam. I posed the same question to you, since Kagoma is being evasive and saying no, but really not trying to say no.
Out of character, what was the question? I missed it.
He's not being evasive.
I know, he's being political, and it's like irritating. It's just like, what? Like, it's like, I said yes or no, and you just told me to click on your website. Like, what?
Let me mute while I laugh my ass.
Out of character, what was the question?
I'm being a terrible person right now. Marcus, Sam, what do you think? What's your honest opinion?
My honest opinion, my friend Valerius, and he meaningfully says friend, is that you are a hero to me, an inspiration to me, but no, I cannot call you pure of heart.
Okay. Why is that?
Because there are means and methods that you employ that do not ring well to my heart. And this may be because I'm a troll, but these means that you employ does sometimes cause me to question where you are at.
Give an example.
Very well. You have stated a platform during the run for the position of regent of openness, fairness, and equality,
Hmm.
and yet on several occasions, and Sam will meet Richard's eyes and give a very apologetic look, but he must tell the truth as he sees it. However, you have taken on multiple occasions what I have seen to be a contrary view when it comes to matters of your house or someone that you're educating. And you also tend to, during moments of intense passion, resort back to the traditional she mindset. You have used dictum on me on 3 separate occasions. I hold no grudge, but it does come into the question. That's why I cannot give you yes as an answer.
To answer your question, I am who I am, and I will always follow my heart, regardless if it's the popular choice or it's the not popular choice. But being that those that I care about. If I feel that someone is in danger and I have a means to stop it, and it requires me to do something that may be seen as a little unseemly to some, then I will.
You are a master politician, my friend. You could have prevailed simply by the use of your words. Your words hold more power than your magic does.
What constitutes being pure of heart?
That's what I'm saying.
In reality,
I actually didn't give a definition. I just simply asked for your opinion.
I think my opinion might be a little unfair. I don't know.
I think that's the secret. Everyone has their own view of what's pure of heart.
I think.
Wow, I think we talked about all this in our conversation yesterday, Larry.
Purity of one's heart means remaining true to what is in your heart. At least that's the way I always understood it.
Well, but could we say in that case that Guile remained true to what was true to his heart and defending the kingdom?
To the best of his ability, I would agree, yes.
See,
based off of that definition.
What we're reaching here is we're reaching something between ethics and reason, and it's fuzzy.
Multifaceted, yes, I agree.
Though
I prefer the term fuzzy. Thank you.
though what our friend is asking for is our individual opinions.
How How about I think on it? And I
Didn't you just give an answer?
give. Well, I'm not sure if I'm being fair.
Kagoma,
Oh,
you
God.
get very
She's not
fair. It
asking
is
you to
okay.
be fair.
It's
It is
okay,
okay.
sweetheart.
That's
It is
true.
really-
That's true. Life isn't fair, right?
He's not asking you to be fair. He's asking you to be you.
Your opinion, your view, and if your view is dictated by what your Ishi code is, then that is your view. That's all he's asking.
Just stick with it. Like, if you feel like you're not being fair, then by all means, rectify your answer. But if this is what you truly believe, then this is what you believe. I'm not going to change your opinion.
You and I are still good, right, Valerius?
No, I
It
know.
sucks. It sucks. I wish I
I
could
know
say
I'm an
yes.
ass. I think no
I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Why can't I say
I'm
yes?
just wanting to make sure, because as your friend, I give you my honest answer.
No, I trust. I agree. I mean, I'm an asshole. If I believe that I'm right, then I will wholeheartedly be 100%, in that direction. But if you come to me and you say that, well, I think you're wrong, I have no problem saying I fucked up.
And you can't say why. This is a very odd question.
Are we still on this, sweetheart? As he looks like a
Dude, this is not a question you just ask out of the blue. Like, hey guys, I'm a pure heart. Like, are you going to sacrifice yourself? What's happening here?
Yeah, why?
He can't tell us that yet.
Okay,
I can't listen.
okay, that's fine.
But once I can tell you, then I will be able to tell you. As he
Okay.
looks as like this was so much easier with you.
I gave you an honest and direct answer. I was very honest in what I said.
You were, but Kagoma, bro, really. Now everybody is like trying to, use your words against you, bro. Like if you say something, I'd like to believe we're good enough friends. Like I'm not gonna come to you in the middle of court and be like, well, this issue fucked up. Like, and lo and behold, look upon the commoner as he is not fit. Like what? Like. At the end of the day, I'm still in your corner, whether you be right or wrong. I might yell at you later. Yeah.
Well, like I said, the book has not been finished yet, so maybe.
Hopefully, it's a really long one.
Okay. Richard, your opinion. Assuming you can be honest and straightforward. I mean, really.
And we will know if you're. We will know if you're
I
lying.
would have no reason to close his eyes. Kind of winks at Kagoma. Don't worry about it.
On whether or not you are pure-hearted.
Yes, based on your opinions and what you've experienced in your life. I say the same thing I said to Kagoma. Do not use my title, my position, or anything of authority I have over you to influence your decisions, your personal opinion.
But see, that directly influences my opinion because
Not again. Okay.
Xander just leans forward like, I gotta hear this one too.
all right. See, because when I look at you, I see a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't just see a friend. I see the person that took me into his house. I see a person who offered me family when I had little to none of it myself. I've made Marshal, and still, the family that I supposedly had in Wales has yet to come forward.
Welcome. Sorry, that wasn't the politically correct thing to say.
They've yet to come forward.
Has never bothered you, Valerius?
It hasn't. It'll never will.
Except in court. Just kidding. Ha ha.
I see someone who has had faith in me, who has taught me very valuable lessons over the last 5 months, who has caused me to grow in directions that I hadn't even thought of. I haven't, when I've questioned what you've done, what you are doing, I've done so because I was ignorant of the reasons. But to me, you've never been it doesn't seem you've done anything but follow what you believe in. And he'll look at Sam, and I understand the dictum thing. I understand using that power that she seem to have, and how that can affect how commoners view us.
With all due respect, my friend, the dictum thing was only part of my answer.
But from my knowledge, he didn't do it to hurt you. He did it only to protect you.
And to move me out of the way when I was trying to help you make your own choice.
Yes, that choice was a stupid one.
And as far as the third one, I don't even remember.
That choice was very stupid. It would have ended me. I wouldn't have been able to sit here. I wouldn't have been able to enjoy my time with Valencia.
As Valerius looks at Sam like, told you I'm not a dick all the time, just sometimes.
I'm still your friend as far as I know, but my answer is my answer.
I understand your answer, but my answer is yes. I do think you're pure of heart.
Wildly different answers. It's a lot to think about.
I would like to share, just on a private note between friends, a part of me does still feel sad that you did not feel comfortable to make me a member of your household way back when. I really do look up to you as one of my heroes, Valerius.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I still to this day carry this. And Sam will actually reach into his pocket and he pulls out, just a moment. Oh, I wish I had more light right now. Sorry, guys. Sam reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this very familiar symbol. And he holds it out to the room.
Mm-hmm.
I still carry this with me wherever I go. I chose to follow you because I believed in you, Valerius. There's a lot.
All right.
I'm sorry?
We all still carry that symbol.
But, Sam, when you came to me and you asked to be a part of my house, how far you weren't even completely out of your dream dance.
No, I wasn't.
You were so wide-eyed, and you wanted to be a part of everything and in the middle of everything. How irresponsible would I have been to just accept you into my house just on a whim? Even though I did then, I still do have that power to do such a thing. But what would you have learned from that? How would have grown from that? The same speech I give everyone that will come to me like, hey, you're a badass, can I be part of your house? And I look at them and I tell them, well, hey, are you willing to deal with the problems that come with being part of a house? Are you willing to be hated because you stick up for your ideals? Are you willing to face scorn and ridicule for things that you're not even responsible for?
And
are you willing to be called a sellout by your friends and allies because you chose to be a part of a house? I mean, yeah, it comes with a lot of titles, prestige, and yes, you get money draws and so on and so forth.
Sam.
But that's
Sam.
not.
Sorry.
But that's not what it is. Being a house is so binding and so constricting. If I actually had the choice, speaking as a just Valerius right now, I would choose to not be part of a house because I truly want to follow my own path. But this path was chosen for me. I will forever be House Fiona. I can't change that.
If I may.
But I do understand that those that do choose to be part of a house, if I can tell you the ups and the downs, what to expect, then yes, I will.
I think you misunderstand me, my friend. I remember the day when I came to you, seeing you as a hero of mine, as someone that I wanted to emulate. I have fond memories of that day. And a part of me is saddened by your choice, but it's because you made that choice that I was able to grow in a very rugged, very real way. And as far as if I'm prepared to be hated or disliked, and he says the same things you do, he just points back to his skin. I'm a troll, and there are many people, many circles, that call my kith sellout and she lapdogs. I'm still feeling the effects of the Accordance War. This is not something I can escape from.
Sam.
Yes, Richard. And Sam smiles.
I want you to look at who you are. I want you to look at your beliefs. And I want you to ask yourself, with everything that you are now, because it was always who you were, you've never been anything but this. Would you honestly say you would have fit in had Valerius made you part of House Fiona?
Honestly speaking, and I say this with love, Valerius, you denying me was probably the best thing you could have done. Because I don't fit that mold. I'm not a Fiona. I respect the Fiona and I relate to the Fiona, but I'm not a Fiona. I think that there are events that have proven that. I hold no personal shame, but it's a fact. But it doesn't mean that I don't love you any less as a friend.
I know that. It's kind of the same speech I gave to Kagoma. Kagoma was a little foolish and just kind of said yes. So I'm like, you know what? Can't stop everyone. So like,
Hey, he's the best knight you've got, next to Richard. Although he's a Gwydion, so there's still the related thing and the foster thing, so yeah, but
Yeah, he wishes he had 10 more like me. He knows it.
oh, seriously, he's pretty badass. I'm not
He
gonna lie.
is badass.
All right. I'm kind of curious what Liam said. I'm kind of curious what Xander said.
Yeah, spill Xander, it's your turn.
What? I've asked this question already. I told him hell no.
He did. And he was like honest about it. There wasn't all these loopholes. He was just like, no. I was just like, okay, why? And he told me a why.
It was sort of a conglomeration of what everyone here said in retrospect, actually. So.
Would anyone mind if I were to pose a question? And I don't wish to be rude, but this is the only opportunity that I will most likely have for the next few days to
What's
ask this. Richard, about the offer of joining House Gwydion.
I can't offer that. I said I was going to speak to Duchess Megan.
No, I know that. That's what I'm talking about. Have you been able to do that yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
You should know that I am sincerely considering it. I've been considering it for...
You have to be sure.
For like... I guess it's been a couple of months now. And it's a toss-up between House Gwydion and fully immersing myself in the traditions of my kith.
What do you think you should do?
The scales are in balance. But I want you to know that I'm still thinking about it.
Wait. Shouldn't you know before you ask this of Megan?
Yeah, that's why I'm... Okay. I have a test to pose you.
Maybe this is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for something to... I've been looking to
Romulus is going to reach into his pocket. And he's going to pick out he's going to pull out a gold coin. This is a very simple test. Okay?
Okay.
Tails. I speak to Duchess Megan. Heads. You remain with your kith. I'm going to flip this coin. And you're going to call out what you want.
Say it again. Tails is...
Tails is I speak to Duchess Megan
Okay.
with Valencio. Heads, you immerse yourself in the traditions of your kith. You're already a member of the Red Branch Knights. Okay. It's a very simple test. Because once you know that it's up in the air, you'll know what you want. With that, Richard's going to flip the coin. Marcus?
I'm sorry, guys. I was just answering my foster father.
Okay.
I really don't know if I can do this test. I know it's ridiculous, but please hear my reason why.
Richard, once the coin hits the table, Romulus is going to cover it and not look at it.
I know this is ridiculous, but I can't answer. I can't do that like that. And
why not?
Because within my kith, as I mentioned, there are those amongst us that still feel the pain of what transpired all those centuries ago.
Decades ago.
Well, sorry. Again, out of character mix-up. All of those decades ago. There are those amongst us that hold private grudges in their hearts, and it shows privately regularly. And I have come to know many Shi who I consider good examples of this. And I find myself stuck because I see the beauty in both. I see the importance of both.
No.
And a part of me knows I cannot have both.
Sam, from what you just said, you already made a decision.
I don't see it, I'm afraid.
He made the decision a while ago. He's just struggling with it.
Yes.
He did make this decision a while ago.
I don't understand what decision.
You want to serve your kith. It's obvious.
Yeah. You don't...
Very.
It's abundantly obvious.
It's fundamentally obvious.
You can always have... The trick is to be able to go to all of the parties, but not actually pledging to anyone. That is the trick. But you are a troll, and you will forever be a troll through and through. Some people, the call of being a Gwydion, a Fiona, a Liam, a Scathach, a Barrage, a Leo, Leon, whatever the case may be. And they go to it. They follow it. Unquestioned. Like, this is what they want. You don't have that. You don't have that drive.
You can't commit yourself to a house. I have no choice. I was born a Gwydion. Would I change that? Perhaps not. Do I find frustrations with it? Yeah. Yes, I do. Especially recently.
For the love of God, cry me a river.
Be nice, Kagoma. Jeez.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I said that a lot lower. I'm sorry.
Sam's gonna reach over and tweak Kagoma's nose.
But
No.
Roll my eyes like, really, bro?
I'm sorry. That just
Yeah, I weep for you, Richard.
that just came
I
out.
weep for you.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I was not trying to minimize your experience with your house and the struggles that you encountered at all. I'm sorry, that just came out. My bad.
the struggles but that's the point. The struggles that I have are pathetic. They're small, they're tiny, they're minuscule.
But perception is our reality, so
I know that.
it's real to you, so it's real.
But you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Is when the day is done, I'm happy to be a Gwydion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to be a Fiona.
And when the day's done, I'm proud to be a troll.
That's what it boils down to.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Yeah. You made your choice again.
Some days I just feel so stupid.
You're not stupid. It's a valid question.
Only days that end in Y, my friend. Only days that end in Y.
I mean, it would have been hella embarrassing if Richard and Valencia.
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to do something to my nephew now, and Sam's gonna pick you up by the back of the shirt and the belt, and he's gonna dunk you into the nearest fountain. He's gonna dunk you into the nearest fountain.
I guess this is.
There's no fountain in Richard's office.
No, but he's gonna take you. He's gonna pick you up. He's gonna take you out of the office, and he's gonna dunk you into the nearest fountain.
There is something that we need to cover before you do this.
Before I run away in fear, let's.
Okay.
Sweet baby Jesus.
The Colosseum is almost completed.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
That I didn't need anybody else's funds. I was unaware that it was being built already, to be honest.
What do you owe Fairlith?
His soul.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't think I owe Fairlith anything.
You should find out for sure.
Yeah. This Coliseum was still idea in the making, not like grand opening soon.
Yeah, apparently grand opening soon.
My friend, I would like to share two things with you. Whether this turns out for good or ill, I am at your side. Whether it is as someone to help you fight injustice, or as a candidate for the arena's champion. And Sam will smile. I will be with you. I will help you any way I can. But if you'll excuse me, my nephew needs a dunking.
No, there's something I need Alexander for.
Well, you can get him after he dries off.
No.
Oh no!
And away they go. And out of character, guys. I have to go. I have to go eat dinner. So.
Okay.
He'll get dunked and Sam will hopscotch away. Bye, guys. Spring.
Oy vey.
All right.
Okay.
So after Sam leaves, I have an idea.
Oh boy.
The first thing I need to do is I need to get gladiators.
Ooh,
I
can
need
I be a
to
gladiator?
I need to I need to get willing participants, and I have an idea how to do that.
Okay. I'm listening.
Do any of you know how House Gwydion was formed?
Yes. Why?
Nope. No clue.
Yes. Why?
Does it have something to do with Moonbeast?
Nope.
Oh.
Boom,
It has very much to do with Gwydion himself facing
Okay.
down 300 individuals, beating them all in individual combat.
Sound like I've seen this movie before.
I was about to say the same thing, but I didn't want to get slapped in the back of my head.
I've also seen 300, but yeah, let's continue.
But I want to mirror that.
Ah.
Cool. But you still haven't answered my question. Can I be a gladiator?
Hmm?
Can I be a gladiator? It'll be fun.
It's if you do.
Yes.
What I plan on doing is I plan on soon, not immediately, but I'm going to start putting out word that I need willing participants in the Colosseum. I'm going to bring them to the land where the Colosseum is almost complete.
Okay.
I don't know if there is if there is such a scene in in and a river. I'm going to gather them, and I'm going to draw a line in the sand. And people can come and watch and do all this. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to tell them that the first 30 people, the first 30 Kithain, to pass the line will be the combatants for season 1.
Okay.
Would it be all Gwydians because they're like gonna be punching people in the face to get across the line? There could like literally break out a fight. A fight could literally break out at any moment.
That's kind of my point.
I'm gonna say that's kind of what he's probably looking for. Last 30 man standing, or last 30 minute get across the line. Gets to showcase their wares, so to speak.
Do we just want Kithain or
I'm thinking about opening it up to a team.
I would say no.
Maybe until you get a better following. I don't know.
Maybe wait.
Just for a little bit.
Maybe I would say delay definitely. Kithain, I would be a little wary about just based on how they conducted themselves at court today.
All right.
It's a tough decision. But like Tanner, like he's a Silky, right?
Yeah. Theo Puka, whatever you want to call him.
Because Andrew, you wanted some of the Coliseum action, right?
Yes, but I don't see why we should limit anyone from participating. Actually, I just think that we should be very careful and consider all the ramifications. But I don't see why anyone should be limited. After all, this is for the people.
The reason why I said no Akeem is because they had very hard time. They had a very hard time putting together, formal. They didn't understand simple concepts in court. So if I told them not to kill anyone like IRL, I don't think they would get that. It would be like, this is like the law of my land or of my people, and this man.
Well, then you make sure that they understand the laws of the Colosseum before they would even be allowed to enter. That they would this would be understanding.
Right, but you have to remember that the wounds of the war are still like quite raw. So I would be leery on putting Kithain against Aheen in such a venue.
Yeah, especially
period.
Especially Gritty, and somebody might go full ham, and like
Right.
I'm not ready to do it.
Right. The war just ended, so us fighting each other again will probably not be good.
But I don't plan on banning them from attending to watch.
They can spectate, sure.
Maybe have like a separate, I don't know, like a separate like weight class.
Or maybe only allow Aheen to fight Aheen, I guess.
Sounds like separate.
I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have to think about that. Well, you're gonna have to think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, my worries could be totally unfounded too. So.
No, thank you. But yes, so that's something. Once I have the gladiators, I plan on stopping it at 30, maybe extending it. It depends. But once that begins, I will need to talk with the Boggin Guild Masters.
Nice. I definitely want a piece of that action.
I will need to talk to them about, providing, if they, trying to convince them of the business opportunity that something like this would be for their, for food, drinks, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I also plan on talking to the knockers.
Good idea.
I think there is space for a couple of events that might surround completely experimental knocker weaponry.
Don't forget Dougal.
Yep.
Definitely Dougal. Maybe have a couple of matches between Dougal crafts and knocker crafts.
Sounds like a whole nother exciting thing. Yeah, that's cool.
Any suggestions? I was also serious about recreating historic battles.
Oh yeah, that's really a good idea.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah, that's really a cool idea.
Battle. You don't want to offend some folks. I'm just saying.
Well, as long as we keep it historically accurate, you can't. Well,
still,
yeah, that's not true.
History has it.
I mean,
time has a way of blurring history.
You don't want to bring up like an old beef between, X house and X house, like, oh, way back when your granddad hit my granddad. Bad as hell.
Right.
My grandma and your grandma was sitting by the fire. Yeah.
Dear Lord.
I'll also need to figure out somebody who can handle the betting part.
A chance to actually be a
That has
bookie. Wow.
that has a lot of moving pieces. I still think that
Yeah.
Satara should be one of your master of ceremonies or whatever.
Definitely.
She has a good knack for.
Well, only she promises not to have sex with you.
I think Satara might be out there with me trying to fight people. Just saying.
We'll see. If she comes and tries to win her place across the line, we will see.
Yes.
I could definitely by trying to stab somebody in the face, like fight me.
Definitely.
Hilarious. I think they would just push you across the line until you go. They don't want to fight you with 130. They're just gonna let you. So it's actually gonna be 129.
What we do need to find out how to do is we need to find out a way to ensure chimerical death only.
That's a little risky, and I'm going to say the only reason I'm going to say it should not be to chimerical death. It should be to knock out or into yield, because of the fact that we don't want to push somebody into the forgetting.
That's also true.
So just say into like not to into a yield until a person can like clearly not fight anymore.
So there will be need for judges, impartial judges.
There will be impartial judges. There will have to be an extensive team of medics.
With Heather Bomb, maybe even Sovereign to stop things if it goes too far.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could actually lead into another thing. Somebody actually coming to you for like a formal duel, like hardcore style.
And there should be places for that also. I mean.
Oh, I definitely plan on opening the Coliseum to formal duels. If people wish to have a duel, what better place to have it?
Agreed. Legal ones.
Legal.
So there won't be any sketchy cold iron duels.
No.
Gotta hope not.
But if two she get really up in each other's faces enough to say to the chimerical death, then
But for like the first showing, that should not be on the table.
Right.
It should be like if you're beefing that hard, like why hasn't this happened already? I call bullshit on both of you. I'm telling them both of you.
No, I'm just talking. I'm not talking about like immediately after starting, but I'm talking about like say, like we hear of some duel going down. Okay, have it in the Coliseum. If you're gonna have a duel, have an audience.
So some traditionalists might believe it to be a private matter.
Yeah.
But privately, they still could hold it there at the Coliseum. It's just
It could be a
bloodshedding in the street.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a side thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, I don't really have anything else.
Well, I'm happy.
And I'll be more than willing to help and kick somebody's ass.
Fair enough.
I'm happy that your ventures are all going so well.
Oh, here's a question. Will you be allowing people to have their own custom-made treasures and whatnot, or is that like illegal as well?
Custom-made what?
Treasures and things.
they'll have to be examined and approved by a team of judges, the same judges that will probably be... There won't be any secrets.
Okay. I'm not talking about secrets, but if I wanted to use a weapon, then
Yeah, but if you want to use a weapon and you tell me that, or you tell the judges that, oh, it like uses electricity, and then all of a sudden you're throwing fireballs, there's a problem.
Fair enough. All right.
Because I'm not just doing this like, oh yeah, these gladiators are going to be beating the crap out of each other. It's also an attempt to create a community around it.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be fighting, training, possibly living in this Colosseum. It's huge.
That's good.
As I said, I think it's a great idea all the way around.
So, but I think I won't take up any more of your time.
Well, thanks for showing us the new office.
I like your office.
Yeah, big man on campus.
I'm going to bring you a plant.
Okay.
Not that kind of plant, Valerius.
No, of course. I was going to get a plant. It might be weed. I haven't decided.
Like I said, not that kind of plant, Valerius.
Well, we're going
level-headed Marshal.
We're going to see our way out.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Night, guys.
Later days.
And I think with that, we'll end our scene as Count Valerius, Sir Alexander, and Sir Kagoma leave. Marshal Romulus will start writing down a formal report of tonight's office hours and planning to go see the Guildmaster in Goblin Town. That should be fun. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been an episode for the Living World of Darkness for the Changeling venue. We hope that you have a good evening, a good morning, and a good afternoon. Good night.